All right, so you're probably like most of my friends and most of my clients. You guys have a TV and you've probably seen on the news or somewhere that interest rates have dropped. Mortgage interest rates have dropped over the last few weeks, and they have. As a matter of fact, they've dropped about 0.5% and in some instances more than that. All right, so I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes and how that's affecting things, but I want to give a general overall market update for North Mississippi, DeSoto County, Mississippi, to give you a feel of where we are right now compared to last month, compared to last year at this same time. So here we are in November of 2023, and I really want to focus on existing home sales. In other words, houses that you are living in right now. I'm not talking about new construction today. I'm talking about existing homes in DeSoto County, Mississippi. So year to date, through the end of October anyway, we had 2,167 homes sell, which is down from last year about 23%. Now, I want to say last year was one of our banner years, so maybe not a fair comparison, but for those of you that got used to that robust sales cycle, we have cooled down from that. That being said, here is some great news for you, especially home sellers. Home prices have not cooled down. As a matter of fact, the average price per square foot in DeSoto County at the end of October for the last year was $147 per square foot. That is up over 2% from last year at the same time. So home sellers, you may be thinking, oh, I keep hearing sales are down and the buyers aren't out there, and so therefore my prices have dipped. That is not the case. Now, they have cooled down. In other words, we are not seeing quite the appreciation as what we saw during the same time last year. So the appreciation has decelerated, but it has not gone into depreciation. Hope that kind of makes sense for you. Now, obviously, that $147 square foot does not run across the board. That is not in all areas of DeSoto County, not in all subdivisions, not for all houses. So don't take that and say, oh, Tracy said I could get $147 per square foot for my house. Tracy would have to come and take a look at your house and run a market analysis. So I just want to clarify that for anybody that just gets that in their brain. Now, a couple of other things that I do want to note is homes are taking a little longer to sell now than they were at this time last year. Right now, we are for existing home sales running about 25 days on market. That is up from last year when we were running under 2 weeks on market. Okay, so sellers, be prepared for your home to take a little bit longer to sell, for showings to be a little bit slower. Okay, now I also want sellers to be prepared for the fact that the list price to sell price ratio is lower currently than it was at the same time last year. Last year we were still running about 100% or a little bit over 100% of asking price on average, and that's because we were still seeing multiple offers. We are seeing fewer multiple offers now, and the house has got to be priced really where it needs to be to get the traffic that you want in it. And we are seeing that homes right now are selling at about 98.5% of what the asking price is. And you may be saying, Tracy, but you just said that the average price per square foot was up, and it is. But the list prices are also up, and so sellers have expected higher prices as they saw last year, and so maybe are pricing them a little bit higher than what they should be. So sellers, listen to your agents when it comes to pricing your house and preparing it. Buyers, one thing that you can start looking at right now is inventory is starting to tick up just a little bit. I know that as fewer homes have been selling, there have been a few more houses coming on the market. Now, we are not flush with inventory by any means, but buyers, you probably are going to have a few more choices now. Well, definitely going to have a few more choices now than you would have this same time last year. So that can lend itself to getting a little bit more of what you're looking for than having to feel like you were settling like maybe some buyers did in years past while we were going through the real big rush of the market. Additionally, what we're seeing is that some sellers are offering some assistance with closing costs or interest rate buy downs. And that is basically because they are tagging along with what new construction is doing. Now, I know we're not talking about new construction today, but it does affect the market and what buyers are seeing in the marketplace. So a lot of builders are offering incentives, they're offering buy downs of interest rates, they're offering closing costs. And so our existing home sellers are having to trek along with that in some instances to get the same kind of activity that maybe they were expecting from previous years. So buyers, be thinking about what it is that you might ask for when you're making your offer. But if a house comes on the market and it looks like it's undervalued, underpriced, talk to your agent. You don't want to go in lowballing because you may miss out on a house, okay? One thing that I did forget to mention earlier is just what the average sales price in DeSoto County is, and it's right at $313,000. Honestly, that's pretty close to what it was this same time last year. So our price per square foot has gone up, our sales price has remained pretty much the same, and so what that means is that people are actually buying a little bit smaller of home right now than maybe what they were at the same time last year. So that's how those numbers flush out there. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, I started out by saying that interest rates had dropped, and they have. Okay, so buyers, that means it could be a more favorable time for you to get out into the marketplace right now. So let me say this about that. If interest rates continue to go down, more buyers are going to come into the marketplace. So if you're saying, hey Tracy, you know, I've kind of heard through the grapevine that interest rates could get back down into the 6s in spring of next year. And by the way, I have heard that too, but guess what? I don't have a crystal ball, you don't have a crystal ball, but let's just say that that happens, okay? And interest rates do continue to go down over the next several months. More buyers are coming into the marketplace. Guess what that means? More competition for you as a buyer. So if there's more competition for the limited number of homes that are out there, what happens? It is strictly supply and demand. As demand goes up and supply stays here or dwindles, guess what? Prices will go up as well. You could find yourself in multiple offers. If that happens, you could find yourself kind of back in the situation that we saw buyers in over the last few years, where they were in those multiple offers, paying over asking, paying over appraisal, not asking for inspection repairs, all of those things that went along with that. All right, so my thoughts on that. If you were to go ahead and make a purchase now, even though the interest rates are where they are, guess what? You can renegotiate those interest rates down the road as they come down in the marketplace. You can refinance. But Tracy, there's a cost to refinance. Yes, there is. There is a cost to refinance, so you're going to have to weigh that out. But let me just say this. I do know some lenders right now that have indicated that they will waive those refinance fees, their refinance fees, down the road if you go ahead and make that purchase now. So there could be some incentives for doing that, and so we would want to talk about that and talk to the different lenders and see who's got that type of program going on. All right, so we could renegotiate down the road on your interest rate. Guess what? You are not going to be able to renegotiate the price of your house after you've closed. Okay, so prices you can't renegotiate once you've closed. Interest rates can be renegotiated down the road as the market changes. All right, so keep that in mind. So if the interest rates were to drop 1%, okay, that could save you on an average priced house here in DeSoto County. Honestly, that could save you $200, $250 per month. That's a pretty significant savings. I get it. But if you bought now and homes appreciate a meager 3%, okay, you're actually going to be making about $1,000 a month in appreciation. So the difference between those two numbers is greater than $700 for you to go ahead and purchase now, even if interest rates go down, then you just refinance. Okay, that's a lot of information, and I may have lost some of you, and I apologize for that. But here's the bottom line that I want you to know. If you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're one of my clients I've dealt with, if you're one of my friends, if you're just somebody that's just showing up on this video because you saw the headline, all right, you need to talk with me to help you come up with the best plan for you, because guess what? Buying right now might not be the right thing for you. Selling right now might not be the right thing for you, but I'm not going to know that. You're not going to know that unless we have a good conversation. But the bottom line is this: I've got you. If now's not the right time, I've got you, because I can help you put the game plan together and to get you in position for when it is the right time. And if now is the right time, then I've got you there too, because I'll be in a position, because of my market expertise and the years that I've been doing this, to help you best negotiate whether you're buying or selling, and to navigate the market that we are currently in. Because guys, let's just be straight, it's kind of weird out there right now. It's a little bit of a weird market. So you've got to have somebody that's on the top of their game working with you and that has your back. All right, so if you've got questions about how this market right now is affecting you as a buyer, is affecting you as a seller, if you want to know if this is the right time for you to buy or sell, give me a call. Again, it's Tracy Kirkley at Cry Like Realtors, and you can reach me just about any time at 901-210-8045. Don't hesitate. There's no dumb question. If you've got a question and you just want to bounce it off me, that's cool. Hey, I'm here for you, whether you're buying or selling today or not. All right, I'm here either way. All right, guys, I appreciate it. If you got any value out of this, I would love a comment. I just like to know that what I'm putting out there is helping some people. All right, I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.